Come join me for part 3 of my pantry organization series. Today I'm going to be focusing on my shelf that contains all my baked goods. I'm going to be talking about some of the products I like, dislike, some of the mistakes I've made along the way. So we're just going to have a chit chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And welcome to part 3 of my pantry organization series. I wish I could be a little more consistent when I upload these videos, but I started this series right before the Thanksgiving holiday, and the last 2 months of the year are always the busiest time for me. I'm going to be sure to upload part 1 and part 2 in the description box below. Part 3 is going to be focusing on the shelf behind me, which is all my baked goods, my cakes, my jellos, my puddings, my frosting. I don't think this one will take as long as some of my previous projects because, as you can see, there's already an empty shelf because a lot of the things here I moved to another shelf, which you will see that if you watch the videos below. I hear the pitter-patter of little feet. She knows when I'm in here. Come in here, Hazel. I know, you're waiting for your Vienna sausages. Come here. You want sausages? Is this what you want, Hazel? In this red and black bin, we have a bunch of chocolate chips, marshmallows that are overflowing, got some coconut flakes. We're going to need to organize that. We've got some cinnamon sticks, powdered coconut milk, coconut water powder. Down here we have these shelf-stable milks. I will be honest on the milk. I know that they can go past their best by date. These are about a year past their best by date. They're starting to get little clumps in them, but they taste fine. So I use those mainly for baking. We've got more powdered butter, pancake mix. Back there we've got more powdered milk. Got some sour cream powder. Martha White muffin mixes, which I use these to make waffles sometime in my waffle maker. Banana muffin mix. Tart shells. Some cookie mixes here. Some pie crusts. Make it yourself pie crust mix. Sourdough mix. Yeast. Baking powder. Baking soda, some jellos, puddings, homemade caramel. These are all juice powders. If you just add them to water, you've got orange juice, strawberry juice, pineapple juice, some honeys back there, some more Augustin Farms. This is just a hot mess. We've got pie fillings, cake mixes. In my second video of pantry organization, I focused on my potato and my bean shelf, and what I did was I took everything that was Augustin Farms related and put it on the bottom shelf so I don't have to bend down as frequently, because these are things I don't plan on touching for many years because they're going to be the longest lasting things in my pantry. So right from the jump, I'm going to go ahead and clean off my bottom shelf and move all of these things down there. I'm going to want to move those up so I can put all the Augustin Farms down on that bottom shelf. Pancake mixes, the biscuit mixes, I'm going to bring these over here. Y'all, these Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits are no joke. That's why I have like 10 boxes of these. These are so awesome. You want to make sure that you are putting expiration dates even on your Augustin Farms, because you might get a couple of batches of things and one of them might last like 5 years longer than the other one. So you want to make sure that you're putting these in order as well. This pancake mix says it's good till February of 32. That sounds so weird saying that. So I need to go ahead and start labeling these. I see a couple of more Augustin Farms hiding out back there. It appears that they are probably both honey. December of 51. Wow. Most of the Augustin Farms products I purchased, I did not pay full price. I either buy them on Prime Day or on Black Friday or something. But one of the few foods that never expires is honey. So this is just an example of what panic buying will do. Why do I have 2 things of honey? I mean, what am I going to do with it? I don't even know what I'm going to do with this, to be honest. It's honey crystals. So I imagine you can put it in your tea. Maybe you can add water and rehydrate it and turn it into honey. But I don't even use honey that frequently. When you are starting a pantry, just shop smart. Learn from my mistakes. Don't just buy something just to have it because you think you need it. I'm not saying I won't use this, but I'll probably be rehoming some of these Augustin Farms products too. Now I need to clean off the bottom shelf so I can make room for all the Augustin Farms. All of these cakes, muffins, cookies, brownies that we have is probably more than I would ever eat in my lifetime. Don't get me wrong, because I do have a sweet tooth. But when I have a craving for something sweet, I just go to my local H-E-B and pick up some cookies or pick up a piece of cake or something. I don't do a whole lot of baking when it comes to sweets. So, again, this is probably more than I would ever have in my entire lifetime. So I'm going to need to go through all of these and see which ones I really want to keep and which ones I want to rehome and give to our family, friends, and neighbors. For the sake of space, I need to fill a gap down there. I might as well just bring those down to the bottom. I know they'll go past their best by date, which is this month, but I'm going to go ahead and move them. I did find an Augustin Farms milk that expires in April of 42, so I'm going to put this in the back and then put these ones that are expiring this year or this month in front of it. Before I start organizing the shelf, I want to go through while half of the stuff is on the ground here and divide it into 2 categories, what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. These single portion mug cakes, like this one is lemon, we've got strawberry, and we have cinnamon roll. These are so quick to just pop in the microwave. It's a great way to do portion control. And I'm going to go ahead and give these 3 boxes to the grandchildren because I think that, you know, that would be easy for them to kind of assemble on their own and pop in the microwave. You just add like a tablespoon of water. It comes with its little icing that goes with it. The stack on the right will be things that I'm going to give away. The stack on the left are going to be things that I'm going to keep. I am anxious to try Dolly Parton's cakes, Southern style banana. I'm not a fan of coconut, but my girls like coconut, so I am eager to try this, along with her buttercream frosting and her chocolate buttercream. Have you tried the creme brulee from Backpacker's Pantry? This stuff is amazing. Very expensive, but there's at least 2 or 3 servings in here. If you can find it on sale, you can get it down to about $6. But I'm going to try to make some of this, like a copycat version of it, because I would swear it tastes like the Jell-O cheesecake pudding. Put little crystallized, like brown sugar on top of it to give it that creme brulee kind of crust. And I bet I can duplicate that with some brown sugar crystals. You just add cold water to the powder and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and it just becomes a pudding, and then you sprinkle the brown sugar crystals on top of it. It is so good. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I do not like this B&M bread. I know a lot of people rave about it. I don't know if it's a northern thing or what, but I'm not a fan of this. So I've got a couple of cans of this that I need to rehome. A lot of people serve it with baked beans, or they'll eat it for breakfast and put it in a toaster and make toast out of it. Not a fan over here. On this shelf that's second from the bottom, I'm going to load that with pizza crust and pie crusts. I realize there's a big shadow, so I'm having to hold the light here so you can see what I'm doing. It looks like I've got a little bit more room once I put this pie crust up here. So since I have a little bit more room to work with, I'm going to see if I can fit the biscuits and the cornbread on this row. For the sake of space, I'm going to have to stack these Red Lobster biscuits up. I still have a couple more things to put on the shelf, so I am going to add the Dolly Parton biscuits with the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. I'm going to scoot back these pie crusts and put these with that. That opens up a little bit more space so I can fit some more biscuit mix and some sourdough bread. This is honestly probably going to drive me nuts because I do not like looking in and not being able to see everything because I've got things that are blocking it. So I'm probably going to rearrange this at some point. My Asian pancake mix should last a while, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down here with the Augustin Farms. It's unopened. Once I open it, I'll move it to the kitchen area. Still a hot mess, but it's going to have to do. I need to move on to the other shelves now. I found some maple syrup that's powder. I thought maple syrup was also something that never expires, but this has a Best By date of 2025, which I'm sure it can go a year or two past that, if not longer. So I'm going to put this with my Augustin Farms things here on the bottom. Okay, on this shelf, I'm going to put my cake mixes, cookie mixes, muffin mixes, and my frostings. I remember getting these after Christmas last year for 25 cents a box. They're still good till December of 2024. This is the peppermint brownie mix from Walmart. Has anybody ever tried muffin tops? I remember this was a Seinfeld episode. Very funny. Did y'all know that Jiffy makes more than cornbread? Have you tried their apple cinnamon muffin mix or their banana or their blueberry? It's really, really good and real cheap. I think it's like 45 cents a box. We are making some progress. We've got 3 shelves done, 3 more to go. I just need to clean this one off, and I think I'm going to put my pie filling, my jello, and my pudding on this row. I forgot Jiffy makes fudge too. I haven't tried it yet, so if you've tried it, drop what your opinion is down in the comment below. I'm curious to know what this tastes like. This was the shelf I worked on in part 2 of my pantry organization. I am going to put the sour cream over here with the cream cheese powder, the white cheddar powder. I just think it belongs over here. It makes more sense. I think I will put the praline mix here with the cookies. This is one of those random desserts. I don't really know what shelf to put that on. So this shelf right here, this second shelf from the top, I want to make all the milk. A lot of the milk is already back there, so I don't have to move too much. I just remembered all of these food grade buckets under my office desk. You can't really see back there too well, but that all has either bags of beans or flour, and in here, in this bucket right here, we've got, let's see, we've got sugar and cornmeal. So what I'm going to do is, because it looks like there's still some room in here, I'm going to put all of the baking sodas, the baking powders, the yeast, and the yeast packets that are floating around. I am going to put all of those in here, so that will free up a bunch of space on the last two shelves, and then we'll be able to spread more things out and be able to see everything better. Okay, I don't think I need to do much with this shelf. The milk is already all here. What I'm probably going to do is try to consolidate. I currently have 4 rows of the shelf-stable milk, yet it doesn't go all the way from the back to the front. So I'm going to try to consolidate that. Then I'm going to line up my evaporated, my condensed milk, put my powdered milk over there, and then I am going to move my ghee, my butter, and just move that in whatever space is left over here. And then what I'm going to do on the top is spread out all the mix-ins that you put into cakes and cookies, and I'm going to kind of go through and sort all seasonings so I can see everything a lot better. Have you ever seen the squeezy sweetened condensed milk? I think this is so cool. I don't remember where I got it, but I haven't used it yet, but I can't wait to use this. I think this will be really good. For the sake of space, I think I'm going to put the evaporated milk on the same row with the sweetened condensed milk, because I only have 3 cans of evaporated milk. What we're left with is just some miscellaneous milk. I've got some horchata, which is a rice and cinnamon milk. I've got coconut milk powder, which will be really good in some Indian dishes. This shelf-stable banana milk. I'm going to see how many more things I can put on this row. Right now I am going to put the butter. So here is some powdered butter. And then I'm going to put some ghee, which is a shelf-stable butter. Looks like I might have a little bit more room. I think I'm going to try to put my maple syrups and my honey up there now. Change of plans. I'm not going to do the maple syrup. I'm just going to do the honey. These infused honeys are so good. I have a couple of the cinnamon and a couple of the vanilla bean. I think they have other ones. They have some that are like hot, like chili. These are the 2 that I tried and really like, so I wanted to keep a couple of these on hand. Looks good to me. I think that's been a pretty good use of space. I got my milks, my butters, and my honeys all on this row. In this little space up here, I am going to put my maple syrup, my caramel dip. Okay, I'm going to be realistic on the caramel dip. I'm going to keep this 1 tub of caramel dip that I bought, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the ones that we made ourselves using sweetened condensed milk. It would last us 5 lifetimes. So I'm going to maybe keep 1, and then I'm going to gift the other 4. I forgot to add the Caro corn syrup. All we have left to work on now is organizing the spices, going through that bin. I'd rather use one of these clear containers so I can kind of see what I'm dealing with and what I'm reaching for. Okay, right off the bat, I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep my juice powders here or move them to my coffee bar, which is where I keep everything that you drink. I've got my Gatorade mixes, my Tang, Nesquik, all the stuff you drink I've got over there. I'm trying to figure out whether or not to put my coconut milk, my orange juice powder, my pineapple juice powder. So I am trying to figure out whether or not to put these here or there, which the coffee bar is going to be its own project, because just like all these shelves, I'm going to have to go through and sort through it. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and keep them here just because I have the room now. I'm not really going to stress with putting any of these in order. There's few of them, so it won't take too long to go through. Here is some banana powder, which you can put in cookies, smoothies, pancakes. Strawberry powder, which you can put in pudding, dressings. We've got some cream of tartar, some vanilla, more cream of tartar, some vanilla powder. This was a sample that we got. Chocolate banana. This came from the place where I got all these, Firehouse. Here is some lemon flavored sugar crystals, strawberry sugar crystals, crushed peppermint leaves, some cloves. Let's spread this out a little bit. I'm going to put Hershey cocoa and the vanilla. Spread this out a little bit. Is this bad, or is lemon curd supposed to be this color? I thought it was more of a vibrant yellow, and now it kind of looks brown tinged. I think I got this from Aldi. Let's look at the Best By date. April of 2023, which, again, I'm not afraid of Best By or expiration dates. But when the color starts to change like that, I don't know, maybe I'm imagining. I will give it a taste test, and if I don't like it, I'll throw it out. And then we've got some cinnamon sticks. Let me see what all we have in this bin. Chocolate chips, so I might just divide those into smaller bags. I've got some marshmallows here. Can tell some of them got a little bit smushed. We have freeze-dried marshmallows before. It might be time to do that again. White chocolate chips, sea salt caramel, more marshmallows. Good grief. Andes mint chips, toasted coconut, more chocolate chips, butterscotch, Reese's peanut butter chips. Oh, look guys, more caramel, yay! More shredded toasted coconut. For the mangled looking marshmallows, I don't know if they got a little too hot. I'm gonna need to do something with these quick. They're honestly not very pretty to look at, but if I was to make Rice Krispie treats, which you melt down the marshmallows anyway, then I can use these. So it's December, I'm sure I'm gonna be making some Rice Krispie treats soon. So I'm not going to put these up. I'm going to set these aside. Just by separating the marshmallows that I need to use kind of quickly and separating the chocolate chips, this is all that's left. So I'm able to manage it and put it all in just one see-through bin. So I've got my more caramel, my coconut, my peanut butter chips, my mint chips, my butterscotch, and the one bag of marshmallows that looks like it's going to be okay for a while. Voila! That only took me about a week to work on. I've been fighting a cold, My whole family's kind of been sick at different times. As you can probably see throughout this video, I've been in 10 different shirts because I've been filming a little bit over various days. But let me go ahead and walk through this with you and show you the baking goods. Alright, here we go. Just to recap, top row, which is what we just did, we have our bucket of miscellaneous baking items that you put into cookies and cakes. Got our chocolate chips, all of our seasonings, our caramels, maple syrup, caro, however you say that. Down here on the next row, we've got, starting from the left, our honey, our butter and ghee, our miscellaneous flavored milks, our sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, powdered milk, shelf-stable liquid milk. Let's go down to the next row. We've got our pie filling, and then the pumpkin pie filling needed its own container. I must have about 10 cans of that. But all the ones over there are just various flavors. We've got strawberry, lemon, caramel apple. Here in the middle are my favorite Backpacker Pantry desserts, and it's the creme brulee. And over here we've got miscellaneous desserts like pralines. That's the Jello cherry cheesecake, I believe. We've got our Jello puddings. We've got our Jellos. On the next row, if you'll remember, we reduced my cake inventory by about half. Now, I probably will go through and reorganize this at a later date because I have just, everything's mixed. We got cake mixes, but we also have cookie mixes behind it. We've got muffin tops over here. We've got brownies and fudge. Everything's all mixed together. We've got our frostings. That's our Jiffy things that aren't cornbread, Jiffy fudge, the banana bread, apple bread. Then we've got, next to the muffin tops, you got the Martha White different muffin mixes. And then next to that is the Betty Crocker peanut butter cookies. And then there's some miscellaneous praline mix. And on this row, we've got our cornbread mixes to the far left. We've got my pizza crust mix and my Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix all on that next row. And then we've got all of our biscuit mixes, our pie crust mixes, and the ones that are ready made. There's some tart shells. And then we've got our Krusteaz bread mix back there. And then here on the bottom row, I did just as I did over here when I did that shelf, which you will find in the description box. I'll put the part 1 and part 2 of my pantry organization video. But I'm going to put all the Augustin Farms down on the bottom so I don't have to bend down as frequently because I won't need to access those. The only things on the bottom row that do need to be used in a somewhat soon fashion are these Nestle milks over here. And the last thing we have is the Asian pancake mix and the powdered maple syrup. On part 4 of my organization series, I am going to focus on this shelf behind me. This shelf is starting to get bare because I've removed things from these shelves and put them on 2 of the other shelves. For example, all the cornbread mix was here, the pancake batter mix was here, and what it consists of now, it's kind of like a miscellaneous shelf. We've got all my popcorn up there, we've got like stuffing mix, we've got French fried onions. The bottom 2 shelves are fruit. We have a lot of canned cherries, cranberry sauce, mandarin oranges, applesauce. Got all our Augustin Farms fruits up there. But what I'd like to start doing, if I've got room, I'd eventually like to maybe remove a shelf. If I'm able to remove a shelf, then I'll have more room to wiggle around in here. What I might do is start taking out
the fruits that are in here. We've got all our freeze-dried and our dehydrated fruits, and maybe combine those and put them in some bins over here. We'll see. So stick around for that next video. Thank y'all so much for spending this time with me and being patient with me, as it took about almost 2 weeks to even make it through this video. It would mean the world to me that if you found anything valuable in this video, that you hit like, subscribe, and maybe hit the bell for notifications. So many people tell me how they never know that I post a video because I don't have set days or times. So if too long of a period of time goes by where I'm not posting, nobody's getting my video suggestions. I hope that y'all are doing well, having a blessed season. Remember the reason for the season. And I'm going to be focusing on 2024 in incorporating more Bible-based scripture, trying to bring encouragement to people in these dark times. I look forward to doing that and bringing that to you in 2024. On my community page, I'm always trying to post my Bible study messages. I hope that y'all are doing well, and I look forward to talking to y'all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.